So we have the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Okay, yeah, I have the Easter Bunny.
Checkmate.
Okay, what is the data for the Easter Bunny?
I don't know. So what are you saying is your evidence?
We have multiple eyewitness attestation: Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Peter, Paul, James. We have extra biblical. This would be like Pliny the Younger, Josephus, Tacitus, and according to Gary Habermas, we have 50 plus writings. These in history are an astronomical amount of information, considering that the earliest writing that we have of somebody else in history would be like Homer. There's about a 900-year span between the first thing that we find from him and the actual writing of it. Within the Gospels, we have about a 25-year span.
Wait, there's more.
We have enemy attestation. This would be like Paul and James, right? These would be people that went against them. Claims are evidence. And when talking about history, this is astronomical. So we have, for example, Anthony Flew, who's an atheist philosopher who said the most attested miracle in history, and if anything was ever going to convince him that God existed, be the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ.
That's ridiculous.
Wow. Phenomenal argument, man. That was a really good rebuttal. I was really impressive. I was really surprised there. Hello, how are you? And just real quick, how old are you?
I'm 52.
What's up, bro?
Well, you said what is extraordinary evidence?
Yes.
It would be supernatural evidence would be extraordinary evidence. Evidence of the supernatural would be extraordinary.
So what is supernatural evidence?
Something that would be a miracle as claimed in the Bible.
Right. So what is supernatural evidence? Because if you're just going to say supernatural evidence, well, then we have the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Therefore, we have supernatural evidence. So we have extraordinary evidence.
Oh, we don't have it. We have a written word of it.
So then what is supernatural evidence?
It'd be an event. It'd be something that would show that supernatural things could occur.
So we have the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ.
Okay. Yeah, I have the Easter Bunny.
Okay, what is the data for the Easter Bunny?
I don't know.
Well, then I don't believe
He's
you.
invisible. He's a giant. Yeah, anyone could say that something happened a long time ago and then say that's true. That it happened.
Yeah, they could. Yeah, 100%.
So what does that prove?
It doesn't.
Yeah, it just proves that people said something a long time ago.
Yeah, so again, what is supernatural evidence?
Would be evidence of something that
occurred. Give me an example.
I don't know. God speaking from the sky would be supernatural evidence.
So if right now God spoke from the sky and you heard it, right? And 50 years from now, does that still count as evidence?
Yes, it would.
Okay.
I probably have video evidence of it.
Right. Can you do CGI with video?
Yeah, you could.
Okay.
There's many ways you could falsify evidence.
Cool.
And it's easy to falsify something.
So then why should I trust your video?
You're right. So why should I trust your written word?
Well, that's not what we're going to do here, right? Because you're coming up here and saying this is the standard.
That's what I thought. Yeah, that's what I thought.
This is the standard.
So your written word is no more valid than my video.
Oh my God. I'm trying to show you the problem with your epistemology. Right?
There was no problem with it. The problem's with your epistemology.
What is epistemology?
It's a study of knowledge.
Cool. Right. So the problem with your epistemology is you're claiming that this is not evidence. Okay. Well, why? What is your standard?
Yeah, it's evidence, but it's weak evidence.
What is your standard?
And the weakest form of evidence.
God bless you, man. If I can't get a word in, there's no conversation, right?
Oh, Jesus. Because you know you're just BSing.
Am I? Prove it.
So
what's your evidence on BSing?
What you're saying is strong evidence. What's a book that was written, 2,000 years ago?
Nope.
By people that were completely ignorant of the world?
Nope.
So what are you saying is your evidence?
We have multiple eyewitness attestation: Matthew, Mark, Luke, John, Peter, Paul, James. We have extraordinary, extra biblical. This would be like Pliny the Younger, Josephus, Tacitus, and according to Gary Habermas, we have 50 plus writings. These in history are an astronomical amount of information, considering that the earliest writing that we have of somebody else in history would be like Homer. There's about a 900-year span between the first thing that we find from him and the actual writing of it. Within the Gospels, we have about a 25-year span. We have enemy attestation. This would be like Paul and James, right? These would be people that went against them. Claims are evidence, and when talking about history, this is astronomical. So we have, for example, Anthony Flew. Yeah, we do. And so we have, for an example, Anthony Flew, who's an atheist philosopher who said the most attested miracle in history, and if anything was ever going to convince him that God existed, be the death and resurrection of Jesus Christ.
That's ridiculous.
Wow, phenomenal argument, man. That was a really good rebuttal. I was really impressive. I was really surprised. I was really surprised there.
Wait, if you wait for it, then you'll get it.
All right, go ahead.
So, okay, well, geez, has anyone else resurrected?
Yeah, Craig.
Anyone that you know of?
Yeah, Craig Keener has 80 accounts of resurrections.
Okay, so then whatever you say that Jesus did is nothing special, right?
So your whole argument is Jesus is the only one that resurrected, so therefore it's not true. And then I give you other attestations of other resurrections, so therefore it's not special.
No. So your argument
it's a self-fulfilling.
Jesus did it. No, it's special because Jesus did it. But then 80 other people did it, right?
It's a self-fulfilling argument.
Wait, let me understand this. So, because Jesus did it, he's special.
Yes.
But 88 other people did it, and they're not special.
Those 80 people, they didn't do it.
I thought you just said that.
I said they resurrected from the dead. I didn't say they did it.
They resurrected from the dead? What are you talking about?
God resurrected them from the dead.
What's that?
God resurrected them from the dead. Jesus resurrected himself from the dead. That's the difference.
Oh, okay. And who said this? Let me guess, your special book, right?
So the things I said before, you're phenomenal at arguing, man. All you just say that's nonsense and your special book. This is your argumentation against it.
Oh wait, so if it comes from your book, let me understand this. If it comes from your book, I just got a question for you. From some other source, then I guess that's bullshit.
I got a quick question for you. How many fedoras do you own?
How many what?
Fedoras do you own?
None.
You don't have any fedoras? You sure you don't have a whole collection of fedoras in your house?
Nope.
That's shocking. Sorry, what was your statement?
I don't know. What's fedoras have to do with anything?
Nothing. I just think they're fashionable.
Okay.
So what's your argument?
What's your argument?
I already gave it.
Which is?
I already did it. I'm not going to repeat it again.
God resurrected, I guess, everyone else, but Jesus resurrected himself.
Correct.
And what's your proof of this?
Which part?
That God resurrected other people, but he didn't resurrect Jesus.
It was on their claims and on their prayers.
On their prayers?
So they prayed to God for resurrection, and then they resurrected.
How do you pray for resurrection when you're dead?
The people around them would pray.
Okay. Well, I guess if we're talking about magic, there's nothing more to say.
So you're just right because you're right?
No, you're right because you're right.
Well, I have actual data.
Yeah, real data.
So define data.
But you know what? I prayed the other day that there would be money in my bank account, and there was. Oh, wait, it's direct deposit. What does that prove?
So prayer's not genie powers that you just summon whenever you want.
So what are they?
It's a conversation with the creator of the universe.
And then he sometimes grants what? Your wishes?
Yeah, so like if you go to your friends or family.
Occasionally he does it.
Yeah.
And then other times he does it.
Correct.
Okay. But yeah. So sometimes, like...
So do you ever ask anybody to do things for you?
Yeah, I do.
Do they ever say no?
Yep.
Oh, those people must not exist. They said no when you asked them to do something. They don't exist, my friend. They don't exist. You asked them to do something and they said no, so therefore they don't exist.
Well, guess what? See, the chances of them doing something, like is the same as the chances of God doing something. Sometimes they do it and sometimes they don't.
Correct.
So what's the point of praying?
What's the point of asking your friends to do things for you?
I know, they're my friends, they would do it.
Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no.
But they're able to do it, but God's able to do everything.
Yeah.
Right? So why wouldn't you do it?
Sometimes it's for our own betterment.
Yeah, and how do you know that?
Well, for example, if I pray that God give me a bunch of hookers and blow right now, that's probably not best for me.
Okay, well, what if you pray that God gives you enough food to eat?
He might give that, he might not, depending on what's going to come from it.
Yeah, so you don't know.
Correct. What are we arguing about here?
You tell me. This is your weird God that acts inconsistently, so I don't know.
It's inconsistent for God to behave in the same manner that everybody else does?
Yeah, because he's God.
So when you ask your friends to do
God's
something,
not a person, so
and they say no,
act differently.
So I get it. So God, I understand. I understand. So God,
no, you don't understand.
Hold on, I get your argument. Special pleading, God doesn't behave in a way that you think God should behave, so therefore he doesn't exist. That's your argument?
No, that's not my argument. That's not what I said.
Then what's your argument?
Well, see, your God, I guess, would be capricious, right?
What's capricious?
You don't know?
No, I asked you because I do know.
Then why are you asking me?
That's called being sarcastic.
Okay, well, whatever.
So what's capricious?
You tell me.
I don't know.
You just said you knew.
It's sarcasm, my friend.
So why are you asking me?
Do you know what sarcasm is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I asked you a question, and you're like, you don't know what that is? And I sarcastically said, no, I asked you because I do know.
Like I said, just answer the question.
What question?
Oh my God. We're just kind of going around in circles.
You didn't ask a question.
Yes, I did.
What is it then?
I just said your God acts arbitrarily.
Arbitrarily? No.
Yeah. You just said that.
Hold on. Is it a question or a statement? Hold on. Pause, Mr. Campbell. Pause. Watch this.
You said the same as a person.
This is a really cool thing. Check this out. Boom. All right. So you asked a question. I gave you an answer and you just said no. So is it a question or a statement? Right? Why'd you want me to answer the question if you're just going to tell me? All right, go ahead. You got to mute yourself.
So what I'm saying is, why does God act arbitrarily?
I don't think he acts arbitrarily.
No, you said he acts the same as people, right?
I didn't say.
You ask your friend.
I said he does.
You ask your friends.
I said he does
do something, and God does the same thing that your friends do.
What's your name so I can address you properly?
It says Brian.
So. I don't see it on my screen because I'm on the computer.
Okay, well, I'm Brian.
All right, Brian. So I said that God does things that people do, right? I didn't say he has the same intent or goal that people do. So humans can say no as an arbitrary thing. God can say no for a purpose.
Well, humans say things for purposes as well.
They can.
You just assume that they're arbitrary.
I don't.
Or they can be arbitrary.
They can be, yes.
No. If you think that way, I don't think so.
Were you church hurt?
Nope.
No, you didn't grow up Christian and get hurt by the church at all?
Nope.
Huh. Why your hate for Christianity?
Because it causes people to think stupid things and then they act upon it.
Like what?
That there's, I don't know, angels and devils. And
like what do they act upon that stupid things? Because the data overwhelmingly shows that association to a faith base, so for example, Christianity, has overwhelming positive effects on individual persons and society.
I don't care about that.
So then what's your issue with Christianity?
So you're just saying overwhelmingly, that's like going like, well, guess what? 10% of the population becomes, I don't know, murderers because of Christianity, but that's okay because overwhelmingly 90% of the people do great things.
What's the data that says that Christianity makes 10% of the population murderers?
I didn't say there's data that does it. I'm just saying your argument.
So your argument's
saying that it has overwhelmingly.
Your argument's ad hoc then because we have actual data. We have actual data that shows there's a net positive to association with faith.
What I'm saying, it doesn't matter if there's a net positive if it causes other people to do negative things.
Like what?
I don't know. If you believe crazy things, then you could do crazy stuff.
So you just don't like Christianity because you're an asshole?
No, it's because Christians are assholes.
So you're just an asshole for kicks and giggles then?
No, it's because, like I said, if you believe in the master race, for example,
Christians don't believe in the master race.
I understand that. The analogy that I'm drawing is that if you believe in something stupid like the master race, then you do stupid things like annihilate a group of people.
Yeah, we don't believe that.
You believe other ridiculous stuff,
like what?
Which means you're susceptible that there's angels and devils.
Prove that there's no angels.
Okay, prove there's no giant rabbits sitting next to me.
Yeah, that doesn't affect my life, so I don't care.
Neither do angels.
Right. So what's the issue?
Because they don't exist.
Your argument.
Like hold on.
You're just saying that there's an issue with Christians believing in angels because it creates problems. Why? What problems does it create? What problems do things that don't? What problem? What problem?
If you believe in things that don't exist, that makes you delusional.
Well, how do you know it doesn't exist?
How do you know my pink giant rabbit doesn't exist?
I don't.
Right. Okay. So.
Right, but that's the thing. You're saying you're asserting
Occam's razor, right? Because you go.
This is not Occam's razor. You're asserting that what we believe isn't true, so therefore we just believe in ridiculous things. But you have no data or no evidence to say that we don't believe or what we believe is not actually there.
Data or anything hold
on. No. Shut up for a second. Shut up and listen, like a good boy. But we have astronomical data that says Jesus Christ died and resurrected from the dead. And we follow that and we listen to that and we think it's really strong evidence. And the only reason that you don't believe it is because why?
Because you say it's really strong evidence.
Why don't you believe it?
Because it's not really strong evidence.
What is your standard of strong evidence?
I don't know, like probably some sort of video evidence.
But you just admitted you can alter video evidence with CGI.
That's true.
Okay, so what is your standard of strong evidence?
That doesn't make it weak evidence.
Okay, so then what about
process of verification?
Then what about the hundreds of videos of miracles that have happened under Christ's name? So people getting out of wheelchairs and walking, or being healed from losing their vision, or things like that. That's not evidence?
Well, probably not. No.
No. So video evidence is evidence until it shows the thing you disagree with, and it's not evidence.
No. Until I see things that are unreasonable, right?
So basically, everything is evidence until you don't believe it.
Nope. That's not what I'm saying.
That's literally what you just said.
Things that comport with the physics of our world.
So you're presupposing naturalism. You're just saying it's false. You're just saying it's false because the only thing that can exist is natural things. If an angel came down from the sky, hold on. If an angel came down from the sky, kicked you in the nuts, and then vanished, would you believe in God then?
Yes.
You'd be on board?
I would believe that I guess I would believe there is something called an angel that came down and kicked me in the nuts. That's what I would believe.
And what would you classify as an angel?
Something apparently that hasn't been classified before.
So it's all you'd have is a naturalistic being that came down and kicked you in. So the only evidence you're going to accept is naturalism. So you have a predisposition, you have a dogma, and you, my friend, are more religious than I am.
Yeah, you're right. Because my dogma is based upon reality.
Yeah, your dogma is based off of I will only accept things that I already believe to be true. That's a dogma.
No, that's not it at all.
Yeah, you already saying you cannot have a God. No matter what evidence is brought forward or brought to me, I will reject it.
Well, I'm just saying, if the thing that you called a God came down and kicked me in the nuts, I would believe it.
You would believe something came and kicked you in the nuts. Would you believe it's God?
Yeah. If that's what you call it, yes.
So what would you be your standard of what God is at that point?
Well, I'm just saying, if the general population said, "This is what God is," and it came and
so you're just positing the word God on anything it could be. So it could just be a person came, kicked you in the nuts. We call it God, so therefore you believe in God. I'm talking about the one that created the universe.
That's the way we name things, right?
Would you believe? Holy fuck, you're so stupid. Would you believe that the person who created all of existence exists if he showed up in front of you, said, "I'm that person," kicked you in the nuts, and then vanished?
I think that would be strong evidence that he exists.
So you'd think that there's a creator of the universe after that point. Somebody shows up, appears in front of you, says, "I'm God," kicks you in the nuts, and then vanishes, like just gone.
I believe there would be some version of something that was supernatural. There's something I wouldn't understand.
God bless, bro. Have a great day.
Yeah. You didn't like that argument, huh?
No, I'm just losing brain cells talking to you. Appreciate your guys' time. If you like this, please make sure you hit subscribe, hit the notification button, leave a comment, leave a like, do all the things that you need to do. And if you want to support me, you want to support this channel, you can support it on Patreon. All links are down below. And if you want to see more content like this, please let me know. God bless you guys and have yourselves a great day.